welcome to the RLA Year-End Concert. My name is McKenna Sidolf, and I will be your MC this evening. You are in for a real treat tonight, as the students have been working very hard since their last concert to prepare fun new music to share with everyone tonight. Before we begin tonight's program, I have a few quick reminders for everyone. To allow the full concentration of the performers, we would ask that you take a few moments to make sure that you've turned off any cell phones that might make noise during this performance, as that can be a real distraction. We'd also ask that you don't take any flash photography while they are in the middle of a performance. We hope that you'll stay for the entire evening, but if you need to leave, we ask that you wait until there's a break in the music before you exit or enter the theater, as this is distracting to the audience and the performers. Thanks for your cooperation. With all that out of the way, we can now get to the music. Please rise for the performance of O Canada. This evening is our Grade 5 Beginner Ensemble, made up of students from Miss Armitage's and Miss Cowan's class. These students have been playing for 9 months and have come a long way since the first month of Hot Cross Buns and Mary Had a Little Lamb. The Grade 5 group that traveled to FSJ in April earned a gold rating at the North Peace Performing Arts Festival. Woohoo! Have you ever wondered what happens late at night when the clock strikes 12? You might just get the answer from this first piece by Rob Grice. It's dark and scary, but mostly very fun to play. Here is The Clock Strikes 12. very lucky to feature Roxy Fife for our next piece, Concerto for Triangle. Come on out. Roxy and the band have been hard at work practicing this piece for the last few months and are excited to finally have the opportunity to share it with you. Please enjoy. Thank you so much to our special soloist, Roxy. Dance Slav, composed by Jack Wilds, is a tribute to the late 19th and early 20th century dance pieces. Dynamic and melodic contrasts, along with quick tempo, make this piece exciting to play. Please enjoy. few special solos that aren't on your program. I'd like to invite Mr. J to come up and introduce our performers.
All right, first we have Kira Jensen doing a flute piece that she wrote herself. So, does it have a title? It's called, I don't know how you write that down. That was awesome. And then we have Michelle, who's got a clarinet solo for us. Michelle, does yours have a title?
Huh?
It's called Huh. Does it have a title? It's called All right, first we got Huh and coming at you. All right, whenever you're ready. Awesome. It's really cool because often they get so used to like playing what's on the page, so when they have a chance to like actually make up their own music, it's even more exciting and really, really cool and some really creative ideas. All right, I think I still have to be here, don't I? According to this script that I wrote. Cool. All right. I have some awards. So at the end of the year, I always like to recognize some people. I'd like to recognize, first of all, everyone for being in band this year. So thank you to all my grade fives. As you can hear, they've come a long way since October when we first got our instruments and we were first learning how to put them together and we were squeaking and squawking. I know some people backstage still love doing that. So we've come a long way, and I do want to recognize a couple people for some of their achievements. So I've got 3 categories. So I've got most improved, which technically could go to everyone, most dedicated, and then the overall top band geek award for grade 5. So we're going to start with the most improved. And they get these very fancy little boxes. I promise they have something in it. This year, it's going to Michelle. Michelle started off the year on baritone, and it wasn't quite working out, and she did a switch to clarinet, and she's now sounding amazing. So congratulations, Michelle. All right, most dedicated. This always goes to someone who shows up every day. They have their instrument, they have their music. It's obvious they've been practicing. They never complain or whine. They just show up and make music. This year, I didn't plan it this way, actually. It just happened this way. To our other soloist, Kira Jensen. And then our top Band Geek Award, this goes to someone who sort of went above and beyond in terms of their performance this year. And this year, I've selected Avery Nuts. And Avery, you're going to stay right there, okay? And then can I also get Elijah and Sophia to come up? This year in grade 5, I tried something new called Music Heroes, where they sort of had challenges to submit different playing quests, and each quest, as they got harder, they got more points. And I wanted to recognize these three, because in the sheet it said they were supposed to have this amazing video, and I didn't get it done. So we're going to take a moment. Elijah ended up with 251 points. Avery ended up with 311 points. So that was under the band hero category, so they achieved hero status. And we had one person, Sophia, who actually made it all the way to band legend. I didn't think anyone was going to make it, but she proved me wrong. So she gets a special plaque, earning a whopping 651 points. Sophia. All right, thank you guys. That's it. There were a lot of other people too who I'd have loved to recognize, except they only got so much money for awards. So thank you to everyone. All right, I'm going to pass it back now to McKenna.
Congratulations to all the winners. The final piece the Grade 5 band is going to perform for you this evening is Power Rock. Power Rock is a combination of two classic rock hits, We Will Rock You and Another One Bites the Dust. Feel free to sing along.
We're ready. Last one. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4.
While we switch from the Grade 5s to the Grade 6-7 band, we invite you to sit back and enjoy a slideshow of pictures taken over the year. grade 6-7 ensemble is made up of students from Miss Decaneus, Mrs. Clark's, Mrs. Virginello's, and Miss Doherty's class. Most of the students in this ensemble have been playing for 2 or 3 years, but there are some first years as well. This group also earned a gold rating from the adjudicator when they traveled to Fort St. John in April. The coal mining town of Castlegate, Utah, was established in the early 1800s. On March 8, 1924, a series of 3 explosions rocked the town, claiming the lives of over 170 people, including teenagers, immigrants, and adults working in the mines, making it one of the worst mining disasters in the United States history. The piece Castlegate, 1924, tells the story of the disaster and also reflects on the legend left behind by these miners. The opening section includes the 3 rumbles from the explosions experienced from a distance. The piece quickly picks up into a haunting yet adventurous theme with colorful sounds from the percussion section. Slowing down with the final declaration of the tragedy, the piece picks back up to the faster tempo to close the story and memorialize the legend of the lost souls. Here is Castlegate, 1924.
One and two, three,
piece is titled Morning Mist. This work is a musical portrait of a misty morning, complete with a hope and promise of a new day. Watercolor melodies are presented with pastel harmonic support in this impressionistic approach to a lyrical performance.
Is it that we need 2 triangles? Is that the problem? Is that we need 2? I don't know if we have one. Do it on the on the vibes. Yeah. But really soft, really soft. There we go. And 1 and 2.
Before we move on to our next piece, I'd like to invite Danielle up to perform a special solo.
You can just stand up and do it,
Or just stand up.
Yeah. Huh?
Bazaar takes the listener on an imaginary journey to the exotic markets of the Middle East. Spices, beautiful fabrics, and priceless treasures or junk, made to look like priceless treasures, litter the carts while noise, aroma, and laughter fill the air. The use of an altered scale and colorful percussion add to the flavor of this particular offering. Take a walk through the marketplace with Bazaar.
One, two, three.
Once again, I'll invite Mr. Johnstone over to hand out the grade 6 and 7 awards.
Thank you very much, McKenna. You're very short. All right, we're going to start with grade 6s. Starting with most improved. Yet again, I had some new students join in grade 6, and that is always challenging because you're dealing with people who've been playing for a year. So these students work really hard and do their best to catch up and sort of keep their head afloat. So this year I want to recognize for most improved, Cole, come on down. Like how you chose the most difficult way. You're welcome. For most dedicated, yet again, this is someone who always shows up. It's evident that they've been doing some practice at home. This year, it's awarded to Callie Warwick. All right, and for top band geek, this is someone who's playing all the time, always looks like they're having fun. This person joined tour band, even in grade 6, which is the challenge. Even though they couldn't go on the big trip, I'd like to recognize Erin Legg. You'll see her later. She actually learned how to play trombone, too, so she's been working really hard this year. See, Cole, that's how you do it. Good job, Aaron. All right, to our awesome grade 7s. Starting with most improved. Yet again, I usually pick someone who's often like switched instruments new. I had a lot of people I could choose from this year. This time, I decided to go with someone who's been working very hard in the very back row. Ava, come on over. There's a lot of stuff to learn in percussion, and she's been doing an awesome job. Most dedicated this year, yet again, a lot of tough choices. We had some really strong grade 7s, but I narrowed it down this year to Aaron Berry. Another one who would show up to tour band even if she couldn't breathe because of the smoke and would just sit there and listen. That's how dedicated she was, so thank you, Aaron. And top band geek this year, another student who worked incredibly hard in all ensembles that they played in this year, Kendall Allen. All right, I will pass it back over to McKenna.
Hooked on a Feeling was composed by Mark James in 1968 and performed by B.J. Thomas. This was recorded by many other artists, including the version we are now most familiar with, sung by Swedish pop group Blue Swede. Swede, not important. In recent years, the hit movie Guardians of the Galaxy has brought this piece back into the spotlight. Feel free to sing along with the band in their final piece of the night.
Yeah, good? Good, okay. You all better say it. Say it loud and proud. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, and.
Ooga chaka, ooga, ooga, 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 ooga
All right. Jazz band people.
While we change over to junior jazz, I'd like to invite Mr. Johnstone over to say some thank yous.
What? All right, while they're doing a quick changeover, a couple thank yous to, make sure I announce here. A special thank you to the School District 81 maintenance crew. They arrived this morning and saw the big pile of stuff that needs to come down. So like all those timpani, the piano, the chimes. It's not light or easy to move. So a big thank you to the maintenance crew for moving them down this morning. Here, the Phoenix Theater staff, we have John Roper, I've been working with for many years, and I know this year he's got his protege in the booth helping us out, Mr. Matt Pally. Thank you, Matt. Of course, I need to thank backstage. You probably saw Miss Clark helping everyone figure out where they need to go, and of course, all the other teachers at Angus who are often putting up with me saying, hey, can I steal your kids, or can we do an extra sectional? Most of the time they're like, yes, please take my children. But it can mess with their schedule, so a big thank you to all the teachers and Ms. Froze at RLA for making it happen. Dwayne, do you want to give a big wave? There's Dwayne. This year we kept it simple, and by that I mean no one else wanted to show up. So Dwayne was here with me at 5 o'clock, and he helped me set up this entire thing. So a big thank you to Dwayne. And of course, our wonderful MC, McKenna. If you want to hear more about her, you can show up tomorrow, as she'll be graduating, and as many of you know, I get to say a few words about our grads, so hopefully you can make it and listen to that. And then finally, a big thank you to you, especially to our new band parents. I know it's always kind of a big learning curve when I throw you into all these crazy things that we do. I really do appreciate you providing this opportunity for your students to be in music. I know I find it rewarding to come to work every day to get to work with your children, so thank you so much for having them in band. All right, I think that's the fastest uniform change we've ever done. That's amazing. Yeah, I think we're pretty much ready to go, jazz band people. All right, we'll do a warm-up, and then I'll let you introduce us. I don't want to thank you. Thank you to Roxy for being here. Countless hours practicing that song. Yeah. Huh? You sure? You did that? Or did you do that? You got it? You can't call me? Which one is this one? That's what Emily was doing? You okay with that? So don't do a solo. All right, sweet, love it. Huh? We're starting with A-Test. Let's do B-flat blues scale first, okay? Tango. Okay, don't ask me the last one. Okay, here we go, B-flat blues. 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3, and.
The final ensemble of the evening is the RLA Junior Jazz Band. This group of students meets twice a week, once at lunch and once before school. They also had the opportunity to perform in Fort St. John, where they earned a silver rating from the adjudicator. Their first piece this evening is the rock tune Hey Taxi, composed by Victor Lopez. This piece is meant to conjure the image of being stuck downtown in a busy city and struggling to hail a cab. You can hear car horns honking as they fight their way through the gridlock. Here is Hey Taxi.
Okay, so solo section just once. Okay. Everyone got that?
Yep.
Solo section once. Okay, here we go. And boom, 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 and 1, 2, 3, and.
Hey, taxi! Hey, taxi! Hey, taxi!
Up next is Tango for Jam Jam, a catchy tango groove composed by Zachary Smith. Now, who is Jam Jam? The drummer in the composer's band earned the nickname by wearing very colorful, extra baggy shorts to gigs, which looked a lot like pajamas. One of their fans began referring to him as Jam Jam, and the name stuck. So sit back, get comfy, and get ready to tango for Jam Jam.
And yeah, yeah. And 1, 2, 3, 4.
I would now like to invite Mr. J up one last time to come hand out the final awards for the evening.
Alrighty, last three of the night. Oh, wrong list. Oh, I'm breaking things. All right, starting with most improved. This student is new to jazz band this year and has just been killing it. Come on over, Colton. All right, for most dedicated, yet again, these students are all dedicated because they have to give up their lunch times and Friday mornings to be in jazz band. So that's a big, huge thank you to those who do that. Peyton. I had to pick one. It is Peyton. She was also in tour band this year. And last but not least, top band geek, you heard him killing those trumpet parts back there, Steven. He's way better than I ever was in grade 7, so you're doing awesome, Steven. All right, I'm going to pass it over to I'm going to pass it back over to McKenna for the final piece.
Just gotta flip the page. piece of the night is called Backdoor Slider. Backdoor slider is a term that is used for a baseball pitch that appears to be off the plate, but at the last second dives toward the plate, passing over the back corner of the strike zone. This same idea is depicted musically in Backdoor Slider, a driving rock chart, and the final piece for the junior jazz band. Please enjoy.
So first solo will be Stephanie, second solo, Cal. Okay. Have fun. Yeah, and ba-da. 1, 2, 3, 4.
That brings the end to our year-end concert. We hope you've enjoyed this show. If you want to hear more great music, come again tomorrow night to hear the FNSS Band. We also invite you to the music department's wrap-up barbecue this Saturday, June 8th, starting at 6 p.m. at FNSS. We hope you have a safe and enjoyable summer vacation and have a great night.
Thank you, everyone.